What up, world? It's your boy LA, coming to you with another real life shit segment. Man, they just won't quit. Spurs fans, they just won't stop. You know. And I gotta be extra dramatic with this shit. Because it's just pure bullshit. Now, no, it wouldn't be a real life shit segment without that gas in the air, baby. To all my smokers out there. Okay. I want y'all to hear something. Like, I ain't even got to show y'all the video. I just want y'all to hear this shit, okay? I'm going to turn the TV up. And then I'm gonna talk about this shit, bruh. They done rubbed me the wrong way for the last time. I told y'all the NBA do not like the San Antonio Spurs. Because we have, you know those movies where you have the gods and the lords, and you have that one rebel motherfucker that just, like, he just defies the gods and the lords and say, you know what? I don't like the way y'all doing shit. Y'all doing some fucked up shit. So I'm going to do this shit my way. That's what Greg Popovich did. Greg Popovich took a team with players that don't get the resignation, the resignation, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that players like MJ, LeBron, Durant, Tim Duncan didn't get that. They say Tim Duncan, big fundamentals. You know, they give him his props when he make good plays and shit. You know, Tim Duncan wasn't an exciting player. Manu Ginobili, best six man ever. This man a Hall of Famer. Won 4 titles with the San Antonio Spurs. Tim Duncan won 5. Tony Parker won 4. Those players were drafted to the Spurs. We built them. Same way we did Kawhi Leonard. I heard Snoop Dogg say some shit about Kawhi Leonard feel like he was disrespected. They want to say Pop gave down some type of blessing. Think about this, man. Why would Pop instruct a player to just say what the fuck they want to say? They speak in their own mind. Tony Parker said what he said. That was from his own mouth. That was from his own mind. That didn't come from no Greg Popovich. I don't give a damn what Steven Jackson say. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Popovich is not going to tell his players, hey, go and chastise this your teammate. Go and say bad shit about him in the media. Come on, man. You motherfucking reporters be sounding like some dumbasses. That's they star player. They gave this man the keys to the Bentley. To the best franchise in the game. Kawhi Leonard had the keys to that. You mean to tell me a man fires his agent, hires his uncle to be his agent, and all of a sudden, Kawhi wants to leave San Antonio because he felt disrespected? People have been disrespected from the beginning of time. Okay? If Kawhi felt so disrespected, that man's a grown man. Snoop said he was a kid. That shit happened just a year or two ago? A year ago? This is But yeah, he only been with them, the Raptors, for a year. So this shit happened last year when Kawhi sat out the rest of the season with the Spurs. I can recall that man is 28 now, I think. That seemed like a fucking kid, man. That shit just happened a year ago. You see the hunky-dory bullshit? Snoop, I love you, but I don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. This man is not, that man, that shit just happened a year ago, man. That man is 28 fucking years old. Don't call that man a kid. How would you feel if you 21 or 22, yeah, you still young, but you an adult, bro. Kawhi Leonard is past that. He's past 25, bro. Don't say that man's a goddamn kid. He's near 30. Come on, man. That shit don't make a bit of damn sense. This shit just happened a year ago. Kawhi's 28 now. 27 to 28, somewhere around there. But the man is a grown man. That man ain't no goddamn kid. That man knows he got a mouth. You mean to tell me you ain't man enough to, if you felt that bad about what Tony Parker said about, man, I tore my quad in two. You know what I'm saying? And then he went on and said, hey, it takes time. All he was saying that he tore his quad in two, you know what I'm saying? But just because Kawhi Leonard had a bruised quad, hey, it takes time to heal, man. Everybody, all Tony Parker was basically saying, for you motherfuckers that don't know how to read between the lines, all he was saying is, hey, everybody heals differently, man. So then he went on to say, hey, man, we behind him. This is his teammate. He's saying he behind him. That Tony Parker ain't saying shit wrong, man. How is that some disrespectful shit? Motherfuckers blew that shit all out of proportion. Like, come on, bro. Then motherfuckers, reporters asking Pop, how's Kawhi and all this, and he basically told you, you gotta ask Kawhi his training and his camp that. Cause Pop didn't know. For all Pop knows is what the doctor said, hey, there's no finding injuries, you know, it's just probably that he just got an aggravating quad. And some people have aggravating fucking injuries, man. So if we diagnosed him and said, hey, you don't have no significant injury, you're cleared to play, it may nag you or some shit like that. But all they did, they part. They did the right thing by Kawhi. They said, look, and we gave him the opportunity to go out and check with other doctors. Still, Nobody came back with a report saying, hey, Kawhi has a tear in his quad or some shit like that. Some people get bruised on certain bones or certain muscles, and maybe the shit, and sometimes the shit just don't heal right. It's not the Spurs' fault, though. That's what Kawhi tried to make it seem like. Or so the NBA tried to make it seem like. But, nevertheless, we did our part. And on top of that, we still said, hey, Kawhi, take all the time you need. Go rehab, bro. We got a contract of $220 million waiting on you when you ready to play. When you ready to come back. That $220 million waiting on you. That don't sound like too much disrespect right there. And it's not saying that we just gonna throw the money at your face and then tell you shut the fuck up. No. We basically saying we believe in you, bro. And the Spurs family believed in you. And you want to say, we disrespected you? If those words came out of your mouth, bro, then I'm done with you. If you let the NBA influence you to leave in a great franchise like the San Antonio Spurs, I'm done with you. I had hopes of you coming back, maybe having a heart. I'm probably one of the last fans, man, that stood high for you, bro. But after I heard that shit broke my fucking heart, bro. You say we disrespected you. We gave you a chance, man. We thought highly of you when we traded for you from the Indiana Pacers. Are you that damn soft to where you can't speak up for yourself? You had to have your uncle do it. You couldn't go to your teammate and say, hey, man, I know you probably didn't mean no harm, but, man, you couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you got a mouth, bruh. So, therefore, maybe you do got the mind of a goddamn kid. You can be, I guess you can be 20 plus years old and still have the mind of a kid. And if that's the case, that's sad, bro. Because you can't come out and say yourself, you got all these motherfuckers, man, speaking for you. Your uncle, Snoop Dogg. Not yet have you came out and said, hey, out your mouth, this is why I left San Antonio. Not once have you did that. So that's like, what real reason did you leave? What real reason did you have to leave? If you couldn't come out like a man yourself and say that, bruh, then I guess you're not a man. So you know what? It is what it is, man. I'm going to play this song for y'all, man. I want y'all to listen.
How do you think the Spurs look with Kawhi in the finals?
I think they look very bad today. And it's not because Kawhi sent Toronto Raptors to the finals. It's not because, he would have done that for the Spurs, because we don't know. Even if he were in San Antonio, we don't know if we know the Spurs would have went deep into the playoffs, but we don't know if they would have made it to the conference finals or if they would have gotten past the Warriors for the NBA finals. We don't know that, but he clearly would have gave them a better chance. But when you have a guy who is universally recognized as one of the top 5 players in basketball at the time, whose defense is surreal, whose offense had matured and had grown, and clearly it had the kind of impact that we allude to in terms of what he was doing for them before he went down in game one of that conference finals when Jaja Jr. undercut him. And you have his uncle saying the things that he said. I mean, let me just read it again. I think it just became a lack of trust. They didn't believe Kawhi couldn't play. And that caused a lack of trust in us, and then us not believing in them. Anytime a player says he's not capable of playing, you should believe him. Why would Kawhi just stop playing all of a sudden? He's a competitor.
Because he wanted to
And
go
sometimes you
home.
get these team doctors telling you what you can and
He
cannot
wanted
do.
to go home.
You hear something like that, and you see an organization, first class, gold standard. Greg Popovich, we all know the phenomenal coach, phenomenal human being. We know R.C. Buford, highly, highly respected executive in the NBA. When Adrian Wojnarowski was one of the people that broke this story in March of 2018, when they had that players-only meeting with players imploring him to play, obviously they were questioning the severity of his injury. Where did they get that from? And where was Greg Popovich and R.C. Buford to stop it? I don't know the answer to those questions. I'm simply saying that by mere virtue of the fact that we have to ask that question, that Kawhi Leonard clearly was asking that question. His family was clearly asking that question, Max. That is not a good look for an organization as world class as the San Antonio Spurs to be in. That would be something you would expect from an organization that's devoid of winning, that's devoid of any kind of culture, tradition, or whatever. You don't expect that from the San Antonio Spurs. And the fact that that happened on the watch of Popovich, on the watch of R.C. Buford, the owner Peter Holt, this is a first-class organization. For that stuff to be said right now, with Uncle Dennis coming out and publicly stating that to Yahoo Sports the way that he did, that is not a good look for the San Antonio Spurs. There's no way around that.
Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs almost always look great on and off the court. Whether coach is commenting on social issues, whether it's an issue of how that team and how that franchise is run, to their success on the court, not giving in to the strategy that I sometimes recommend that you hate, Stephen A., tanking for multiple years, the process for picks, but always competing, every year competing their hearts out, putting together the best product they can and going for it every year is amazing. It's laudable, it's commendable, and they deserve it when they show it, which is almost all the time. No one's perfect. And here the San Antonio Spurs were imperfect. They made a miscalculation. Look, Kawhi Leonard was hurt, and I want to read for you. And by the way, think about the way Toronto has managed it. There was load management. That's one of the reasons, even though he's
The man was not hurt. The man just got a fucking nagging bruise. That's not our fault. That's probably going to be with him for the rest of his career, as y'all seeing now. So he played with Toronto, hurt. So they say he hurt. He couldn't do the same shit that he doing now for us. Come on, get the fuck out of here, man.
From Leonard about his injury was contentious. It's hard to overlook the tone of Tony Parker's comments in regard to his own rehab. I want to stop right there. Who got traded to Toronto along with Kawhi Leonard?
Danny Green.
Danny Green. Interesting. So Danny Green sticks up for Kawhi Leonard. He's gone in the Leonard trade too. Had a terrible series, by the way. I hope he can recover in the finals because I think Danny Green's a really good player. Here's Tony Parker's quote on Kawhi's injury. I've been through it. It was rehab for me for 8 months.
Listen.
Same kind of injury, but mine was 100 times worse, but the same kind of injury. You just try to stay positive. I mean,
Right.
that's everyone.
He telling him to stay positive.
Stephen A., do you believe
See how they twist that man words around?
without Popovich's blessing?
Come on,
Well,
bro.
I don't even have to answer that question in the fashion you asked it.
Why would somebody give a blessing on some shit like that? That man said what the fuck came to his mind.
Just our show, but Fox as well, and said there's no way on earth that Tony Parker says such a thing without the okay of Greg Popovich. For those
That's
who don't know
stupid.
Steven Jackson is a guy that helped
That's
Popovich
stupid.
and the Spurs capture a championship.
I don't give a fuck.
Very familiar
That's
with the
stupid.
culture, and he is more than qualified to speak about anything pertaining to the
Nah,
San Antonio Spurs
you're not.
organization.
You've been gone from us for years.
But Stephen A., he does have an
Real as
axe to
they
grind
get.
with.
As
He
real
does
as
have an
they
axe to just so we are upfront about it. He does seem to have an axe.
I
to
love
grind
Steven
with
Jackson,
Popovich.
but he
Like,
wrong on that shit.
Some things that went down. No,
Ain't no coach gonna tell they player, hey, yeah, go say this shit in the media. We don't even fuck with the media like that. So I know that's some bullshit. That don't even make sense, man.
Leonard, who was their Finals MVP for the
And I stand on that for real.
I think Kawhi owes
That's some
probably
bullshit.
a debt of gratitude too, the way Tom Brady owes it to Bill Belichick. Brady and Kawhi would have been great players no matter who was their coach, but they wouldn't have been the level to where they got eventually without their coaches, I believe.
No,
and so
they
Spurs
wouldn't.
Feel, and Popovich
No.
may feel a certain kind of way, like, come on. As though maybe he's an ingrate in some way. Like,
We created
you up into this.
Right.
As much as Kawhi obviously did it himself. Nevertheless, the way they handled it, it seems to me, was wrong, and I think Kawhi is proving
The way
that
we
right
handled
now.
it.
What crystallizes
Wow.
this, just to cap this conversation, Max Kellerman, what crystallizes this more than anything is that it made me recall how before Kawhi was traded, how news reports had circulated that Greg Popovich went out to see Kawhi.
Now, I'm gonna come back with another video on this shit.